Freedom defender. It's individuals who sacrifice for the greater good, put lives in front of others before themselves. It's about standing up for others when others can't stand for themselves. It's a patriotism. It's about unity. It's about strength. How can you not stand behind that? You know, I'm not serving in the Marine Corps anymore, but I'm still serving through the things that I do and overcoming hardships. You know, you can still fight, you can still push through any obstacle, any adversities, any hardships, and you could just push on through. And for me, that's still defending people's freedoms. So, you know, fight. You got to defend for that. You got to defend that freedom. You got to fight for that freedom day in and day out, regardless if you're a first responder, it's within your everyday life, everyday struggles, people working day in and day out, you know, their freedoms, every freedom, it's a symbolic meaning of being free from all that.
There you go. Just got my license, yeah. Let's get it on.
Jose wanting to pick up a bow and learn to archery hunt, which is not an easy thing to do. It's a challenge. Seeing Jose push himself the way he does in the gym and the physical fitness aspect of his life, and the spirit that he exhibits in that realm is what's carried him into this, into a new challenge and something he's not done before that he wants to experience. And I don't see how anybody's not going to be motivated and inspired by that.
Working on all the kinks today for tomorrow. Sighting this in, getting good sight alignment, and good grouping in for tomorrow. When you're out there with the live animal and a live shoot, like, is it gonna go down as you practice the night before, or how you practiced before? But yeah, everything's getting dialed in today, getting all the kinks out, working everything out, and hopefully tomorrow we get a good hunt and good shoot. We're gonna grind out there, we're gonna do what we gotta do, and work hard and try to see if we can find some elk today.
I'm not sure what I'm getting myself into, but I'm gonna do it anyways, you know. I'm willing to take that risk and try something new, something different.
Happy to have Jose Sanchez here, staying at the house and kind of learning a little bit about this part of Colorado, learning a little bit about hunting elk, which is no small task. Especially at this altitude, in this terrain, it's a challenge for anybody. We're sitting at about almost 9,000 feet here in the house, and the hills all go up from behind here. They're very steep, they're very, very rugged. The air is very thin, and it's a challenge. I'm honored to get a chance to pass on the hunting torch to somebody else. I think when you hear an animal bugle, especially like an elk, and you get that pursuit and being close to them, it gets in you. And there's an adrenaline rush there that you can't really explain to somebody until they've experienced it. I learned that, and to be able to hand that off and create an opportunity for somebody else to experience that is something I cherish, and I'm happy to be involved. Each and every time I get to go out in the woods, there's something that it tunes your soul up. It recharges your batteries, and I think getting a chance to take Jose out for his first time just made it all the sweeter. He does things that not a lot of guys out there with two very good working legs can do. I wasn't sure what to expect mobility-wise. Some of the thick, deep, steep stuff that we get in can be a real problem for anybody. He's held his own in every circumstance. When we've gone on, down some pretty significantly steep hills and through a lot of thick brush and over every kind of terrain you can think of. And He seems to manage it very, very well.
Gonna go back, regroup, and plan on going down in the flatland where they're at right now and try to get closer to them. But no luck today.
We set up an overwatch down in the flats, hoping to see maybe we could run into some elk or see some elk pass us by. And you know, I was looking left to right, and we were there for a good while, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And I looked down and I started adjusting my arrows. And as soon as I looked up, this elk cow appeared out of nowhere. And I didn't hear it. I didn't sense it. Like, it just appeared. And it was right there in front of us. It was like maybe 30 yards from where I was. And then all these things were going into my mind. I was like, I wanted to shoot it, but then I was like, no, you know, I wanted to get a bull, you know, with the antlers and all. But I was like, well, no, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna shoot it.
All right, this is our last day. We haven't found any elk, but hopefully today we'll find something.
We hit the ground running, you know, boots on ground, and we went hard the first 2-3 days, you know, trying to go out there and find elk. And there wasn't no time for you know, catching your second wind. You had to just push through all that adversity. So I mean, it was a you know, culture shock in a way, but it was good though. It was a challenge, but we were able to get through that.
It's not easy terrain to walk on with 2 good legs, let alone 1.
I would say it's an amputee's worst nightmare. The rocks, the deviation, there's a lot of ups and downs, unstable terrain. So I gotta compensate a lot with my right leg, the good leg, if you will. But other than that, just, you know, one step in front of the other and keep on trucking, keep on moving. Yeah.
Baby, I know we've both been hurt before, got plenty of reason.
Overwatch position, seeing if any elk come by, and we could get like a drop on them. We heard some noise, something hitting the tree bark, and it kept on continuing, and it kept on going, and then we got up to get a closer look. As soon as we hugged the brush and popped out, this huge elk was standing there. This gigantic beast out of nowhere. When I first saw it, I was like, I was scared. I was actually scared, excited, and nervous. And it was right there, you know, the past 4 days, seeing nothing, and all of a sudden it was there. It just appeared, and it was about 80 yards away, and I saw it, and man, it was an adrenaline rush, and we tried to get closer, but it went off into the distance, and it went off into the woods, and it disappeared. But we came close, so close to it.
I believe we got ourselves a train.
They came down to draw 3 cows, about 30 yards from us. But after seeing the 7-pointer bull elk, I'm like, you can't go back. You have to set your eyes and your goals for like a 6-pointer, 7-pointer and up. Like, it just doesn't do it justice anymore. seeing that you know, that bull elk, that's worth it right there. And I wanna be able to say like my first kill with a bow is gonna be a bull, an elk. You know what I mean? That's like the ultimate right there. What a way to end the trip. The last day, the last hours, seeing nothing, and then it's identifying and seeing an elk, a bull elk. It was just, I was like, really? Like, you hear those stories, people's stories, it's like, it's crazy. But then experience it for yourself. You got, oh, I understand. You know, you got your own stories now. I got my own story today. Like, coming in, going up and down these terrains and seeing nothing, not finding anything for the past 4 days. And then like the last day, the last hour, finally one appears. It's just crazy. You just never know.